My name is Stephen Butt. I'm a pig farmer in the Natal Midlands on a family farm, farming with pigs, cattle and crops. I was born in Escort and grew up on our original family farm in Ntabantlope, not too far from here. We moved here when I was about 6 years old, and we had a fairly, I'd say, earthy upbringing. I didn't have a vision as a young person that I was going to come back and farm. So, I took myself off to Cape Town to learn how to think. I don't know if I achieved that objective. I'm still puzzling my way through, but the lifestyle that working and living on a farm presented was enormously attractive. The traffic jam, here's a herd of dairy cows. You can stop on the way to work and look at a herd of eland or a reetbuck. And in the mid-2000s, my cousin and I came back to the family business. So effectively, we're a three-generation family farm. The rest of the world is increasingly facing issues of rural-urban contestation over land and water, and we still have those in abundance in this part of the world. And through better farming techniques, I think we can produce more with less in an increasingly environmentally sustainable way. Some of the issues we now face in South Africa, whether it's load shedding or logistical issues, it's bred a lot of resilience in us as pig farmers, because we always make a plan. Intensive animal production is charged with having an unacceptable environmental footprint. I don't believe that is true. There's a sort of fairly deep understanding amongst farmers that we're custodians of the land, and especially when you have children, I think that becomes, more apparent. We're trying to close the circle in terms of energy flows and resource flows. So the vast majority of what we feed our pigs is byproducts of human food production that would otherwise land up in a landfill. We don't use animal byproducts other than fish meal, which I think is unique. There's good business philosophy behind looking after your animals. Around 2014, we had the opportunity to acquire a number of timber farms. A lot of Durban, Pietermaritzburg's water comes from on this part of the world, and timber plantations planted up in the higher reaches of these catchments has a big water footprint. There's also a biodiversity loss, in terms of planting these vast swathes of land to either pine or gum. We pulled out the gum and the pine, and we've converted those farms to effectively crop farms with pigs. Seen the critical wetlands that are home to some of the endangered species like wattle crane. We've seen those systems come to life with the thirsty trees having been removed, and being able to use the pig manure on those lands has allowed us to build the soil health and improve the soil water holding capacity. It's been I think a great environmental success story. And that's effectively with no inorganic fertilizers.
No inorganic fertilizer, just the cost of seed and planting and a bit of tillage.
Nowadays you can walk into our chemical room and most of the chemicals there are green label chemicals, which means they're safe enough to drink straight out the bottle. In many senses, farmers are the best and the first protectors of a lot of the wildlife that exists on our farms. And hopefully we've had a softer, kinder impact on our feathered friends. I think the pig industry is probably, or historically, hasn't been the most sexy place to work. Certainly, I don't imagine there are a whole lot of young children who tell their parents at the age of 4 or 5 they want to be a pig farmer. It isn't always glamorous, but it's enormously rewarding. And those pig farmers that are successful, you can see the passion shines through. What fills me with a great deal of confidence about our industry and our people is that from the living memory of our oldest board members, we've never had to put any big decision in the pig industry to a vote at a SAPPO board level. And that says something about the ability of our farmers to work together, support each other, and make decisions that are in the best interests of the industry. We like to show people how we farm. You know, it's a complete open book. We encourage people interested in our industry to tackle us on some of the difficult discussions and help us improve the way we farm. We're very committed to that. And the starting point for us as an industry is to say, what value are we adding to society? What value are we adding to South Africa? We need, as farmers, to tell our story. We've recognized that as the pig industry, and we've got a great story to tell.